show off what he's got. And here we go into pistol round complexity, a map up over Echo Fox onto D2.
Well, now it is going to be complexity, composed of Uber, Def, Surreal, 8, and Android. 23 also used to be known as Rapid, if I'm not mistaken, back in the Ontario scene. And for the Bell roster rundown for Echo Fox, we have Roka, Freakazoid, Rix, Shazam, and Sean Garris. With looking at complexity, setting up here for a long take maybe? No, they're going to start to fall back. They do have 2 flashes, 2 smokes to work with. And as they hear or don't see anything, they're just going to gamble straight into this B site. And you, okay, I thought Shazam was still able to spot it somehow, and he was going to go straight into B. But Roka's going to be by himself here. At least he's well positioned in the back of that platform, using the range of the USP to his advantage. But this could be a hard take if they go straight into B.
And without knowing, Complexity actually avoid a stack from Echo Fox. They had a player in pit, one just outside of the right of those doors, playing Cubby, and another supporting from long. So Complexity counting their lucky stars without even knowing it. And they've walked down through lower tunnels towards B. And it looks like they are getting ready to explode out mid with a flash coming up from Surreal. And if Shazam's not careful, he might just get dropped.
Going to get caught here, but he's the one that's going to drop it first. He's been a key player on the piston round on cash, but only gets 1 kill this time. Roka is stuck in the back of the platform. He peeks out, gets the first kill onto Uber. They're trying to trade it out with success on from Surreal, but with the fact that he's down to 10 HP, no armor. Rick's pushing through. Bomb is punted safely in the back of the site. And here comes a retake from Echo Fox.
Yeah, Sean Garris on one from the door. Surreal forced to press the issue, and he will get shut down. Android now in 1v3 is going to be able to turn around, find Freak, but there's Sean Garris peeking. And a clean retake coming up from Echo Fox. He still had some utility to work with as the push never ended up coming out towards long. And now Sean Garris, 2K on the retake. And Rix, Sean Garris is going to be locking that one down in complexity. You know, they showed their hand a little early towards long, but I like the play coming out and pushing mid. And if Shazam didn't get one there, it would have been a different story.
Yeah, they pop flashed it perfectly there from the mid double doors in case somebody was playing close towards CT. And then you just body peek out with 2-3 guys. Shazam was able to land one, but you have that buddy system, right? You're able to trade that out. At the end, though, it's still going to be Echo Fox that has the slight upper hand because it just took a while for Complexity to get those kills. I mean, you see the amount of shots it took to actually take down Roka. That gave so much time for Echo Fox to rotate across.
Now, Def going to be throwing that smoke towards Xbox. Rank to the P90. Freakazoid, he gets 1, make it 2 and 3 and 4. Oh, Ronnie actually stole 1. Make it. Stealing the ace, but doesn't matter. Freakazoid able to mow them down towards Catwalk.
The thing is with the P90, yes, 50 bullets in the clip, you're able to get a lot of kills, but it's only $300 per kill. Not the same $600 as a UMP or something like that, but it's still a very good weapon to use, as you could see from the way that they held it off against Complexity on that Catwalk push. On this round now, from a bomb plant on the first round, Complexity goes back on a full buy, forcing a smoke so that he can't really use it to smoke out towards doors or window, but he still made it inside the site.
Going to be leading the charge. He's actually going to be able to find the opening frag as well. Shazam's still just on a scout, trying to tag them down, unable to connect the shot as of yet. And they know he's out there now. And Echo Fox, these rotations, they're all 4 players already outside door and window, and they're looking to make this retake happen any moment at Android. He's just waiting for this.
4 guys outside the site. Bomb is now planted finally. And they will try to come in towards that door and the window at the same time. If they can get an early pick right now, it will be the call for them to move in. But if the clock continues to go down, here you go, they're going to push in. Surreal's just on the other side, though. Shazam's still alive with that scout. Nice smoke for them to just move in. Android's just hiding under it. But finally, he gets the kill. Spots the last one, sprays it onto Rix, and that ends it for Echo Fox. And I think even at this point, they won't be able to... yeah, they will. They could.
It's going to be an awkward situation,
yeah,
really. And what I really liked about what Complexity did there, it was awkward at first as Amali landed at their feet. Uber was the only one to continue to press forward. I don't know if it got communicated as he just threw a smoke at the Molly and kept going. His teammates were like, oh, did he really just... All right. And they kind of just followed him into that site. And just beautiful play from Complexity taking that site. And Sean Garris wasn't even a site. He wasn't even a site yet. He was just playing the doors.
Yeah, very passive play. They were trying to play that retake. Shazam with the scout couldn't connect as well as he wanted to. But now on this round, a very low buy here for Echo Fox as Def opens up with 2 kills with the sacrifice of 8 falling down on that trade. But it's still a 1-man advantage now for Complexity. And looking at it, no kits as well for Echo Fox. And using and buying whatever they could. There's only 1 flash for 2 players and a smoke for Shazam.
Yeah, it's not looking too good, and here's the lurk of Android. Do this time and time again. He's going to spot the boost coming out. So he has Roka pinned, and they know they boost another one to sight. And look at this, off that information, they're rotating immediately out. They had long control and just falling off. And Android, this is just goes to show much work he does for the squad.
That's amateur right there.
Yeah, that's making me bite my words a little bit.
Yeah, he went for that smoke to try to see if anybody was towards B, and then it's such an easy kill for Roka right after. And that slowed down complexity for a bit. They're like, holy crap, should we just run into B? But at this point, they're just walking it in. And with so much time being wasted, this gives such a big chance for EchoFox to just rotate and have a big retake as soon as they try to go for a plant.
And a flank as well coming through. That is going to be Sean Garrett on flank. Roka going to find one, traded out by Uber. And now in a 2v2 situation, bomb not yet planted, trying to cross the site was Def. He gets shut down. Uber has to press the issue, needs to find two separate one-on-ones, but getting pushed from behind as well. And awkward timing as Sean Garrett peeks out. And you're right, Android.
All that from one mistake?
Yeah, and that smoke cost them that round, I'd say, for sure.
Well, I mean, Def already had 2 opening kills, right? They lost Ape after that. They already forced a rotation across. And not only was it a mistake from a smoke, but it was also due to the fact that he saw two guys on the elevator, one of them boosting inside the A site. He's tapping and tapping, can't get the kill. And then he's like, okay, well, I know where 2 guys are. The third one's unknown. He just, not necessarily intentionally throws it. But that was the biggest mistake of the round that forced his complexity save into this round here.
Yeah. Now EchoFox going to get an MP7, P90, FAMAS, a couple other rifles to support that as well. Complexity, only set of armor is on Uber. Bomb is on the back of Ape towards outside long. And I like what EchoFox are doing here towards long, where they show their hand early on with a nice stack, and they keep switching up these holds they're going for. Shazam, they know he's car now with an MP7, and he is pinned, going to get tagged down. But Complexity is scared to press the issue towards them. Yeah,
luckily for them, though, Complexity, again, are only on a pistol buy. They have Def and Android with a Deagle, and Android could actually do some great damage here. He's still looking towards this car. You can hear that Deagle being spammed. Shazam is down to 82, but really nobody rotating across from EchoFox because it's really Shazam seeing maximum one guy and trying to spray him down with his Deagle.
Yeah, he's going to drop that smoke. He's looking to try to get out of this position. Just going to be peeking it. And Uber now taking and popping a couple shots, but Shazam just hasn't feel pressured or in danger at all. And you can tell by his peak repeatedly. And now he is going to get pushed. Ape going to find one. Rix in the meantime going to find Ape on site with an AK. He's going to be mowing them down at range. And that actually Uber is going to be able to win that with a Deagle. Good on him. Sean Garrett's going to find the lurk of Surreal. And Uber, wow, he's not done yet. He's going to pick up a second.
24 seconds left on the clock. He's going to have to try to cross with nothing there. 2 guys posting up there. He's trying to connect onto Roka. Really taking his time, but not connecting. 15 seconds left on the clock. He has to cross. He has no choice, but Sean Garrett is there for the support.
Yeah, that got scary. It looks like Roka just didn't want to budge. Neither of these players, not hitting shots, but not wanting to move either. And now EchoFox, D2 is a whole new beast.
Yep.
But they're looking like the players here are feeling more comfortable and a little more relaxed.
Yeah, the economy didn't really have a chance to really build it thus far for Complexity. I mean, they lost one crucial gun round from that mistake from Android before, but that set them back for so much. This round now, it's going to be a double save for them pretty much for Complexity to really try to come back with that firepower and come back in this game.
Yeah, and Complexity's just getting picked apart. Nice shot from Shazam there towards Palm Tree. Freak going to get aggressive again towards Catwalk. Brixton's going to be able to drop Android. Freaking going to want to hear these other PTs, and it's just a clean round from EchoFox, and that's going to allow them to build that economy even more if they do wish to go for a second op, which at this point is a possibility if Roka wants to drop that FAMAS and see if they will be able to get a double op setup. It looks like they are just going to hold on to what they got, while Complexity now op back out on Surreal and utility to work with. And the question is, what are they going to go for now that they actually have rifles? Enough utility to make something happen.
Well, that smoke was thrown early in this round, giving him a chance for them to cross over. So Surreal cannot get that much information. And at this point, they did have 3 guys from EchoFox pushing forward just to be able to position Rix very close towards that barrel. And because of that, Shazam, there you go, playing towards that playmaker as we called it. Freakazoid's able to rotate across, really focusing on that mid. So you're really putting a lot of emphasis on trying to gather this information on this B side. You could maybe try to gamble it a bit by playing, pushing a little bit further inside the tunnels. because they do have some great position to catch people who are trying to go for entries. I mean, nobody really looks into this corner close towards that barrel when you look towards long. Of course you do, but it's a rare position that's being held now from the CT side usually.
And now that Echo Fox has shown their hand a couple times, the Freakazoid will Shazam towards Catwalk. It forces Complexity to use mollies and flashes early on to clear out these positions. You can see the ground's a little scorched from the mollies already. So that's utility down for Complexity, and 50 seconds on the clock, and they only have gained top Catwalk control. The bomb is here, but Echo Fox, that player towards long, not hearing a peep. So no reason for Echo Fox to start sweating and over-rotating.
The crowd agrees with your statement, Seaside.
I love it, man. Thank you so much.
Ash is going to be towards mid, though. Big pop flash on Garrus is blind. He gets a dink, but no kill onto Def. They're going to smoke it to try to split into B. Roka has to come up big. Lines up 1. Lines up 0 after that. As Abe gets 2 kills of his own as he turns around. I think Freakazoid tried to run through that smoke, try to get that kill. Surreal waiting there, watching both
paranoid.
towards mid and CT spawn. Yeah.
Getting spammed through the smoke down to 8 HP.
A random one. He's going to hate that.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Echo Fox now, as I think they are just going to get out of dodge for sure. And he had it full HP before he stood behind that smoke.
Yeah, you're on a 4v2, right? I mean, you really wanted Rix to try to get an early surprise. He was already inside that tunnel. So if he actually got that kill onto Uber, he could have probably got the second kill as soon as the bomb got planted, and that would have evened things up on a 2v2. He would have dropped, given a chance for Shazam to clutch a 2 versus 1. You know how quick he is on the flicks.
Yeah.
But as soon as he gets sprayed down to 8 HP, that's all your hopes are thrown out the window.
Shazam towards the ramp position. And he's just going to be trying to save this up, and it looks like European pursuit. So it's Complexity's economy is still in this weird transition phase to getting comfortable. So not wanting to press the issue and try to hunt that down. As you can see, even with the win, Dev is only at 3,800.
Yeah.
Rifle's going to have to get dropped over. Uber's going to go down to extremely low money, as he did have to drop his brethren there of Def. And now, Surreal, feeling comfortable, getting it up, going to be going for this mid pick. And the nade to cover their trails. So commonly used now.
Yeah, and Echo Fox had enough to buy here. After this buy, you still have money in the hands of Rix and Shazam, of course, because they saved their weapons. Or I guess Shazam saved his weapon. Yeah, they did save their weapons from the previous round, both of them. So that is good for them. I mean, at this point for Complexity, if they get an opening into a site without really any trades coming in from Echo Fox, they have to save no matter what. So that these two players, Rix and Shazam, could drop on the next round and then go for another gun round here for Echo Fox. That's should they not be able to hold a site. But now maybe a little bit of a mistake as well for Complexity. That bomb is still down towards T spawn while they're executing towards A. They're wasting a lot of time right now to get picked up by Uber to meet up with them after.
But it looks like that bomb isn't going to be heading towards the A site. This might just be one of those spawn drops and try to split towards the B site. And possibly they're going to drop down and go through CT. The smoke's going to deny vision from the player towards long. Def is going to be the man to lead this jump down charge. And here he goes. He's going to jump right through that smoke. And he actually gets shut down from Freakazoid, possibly finding the gun barrel outside that smoke. Surreal needs to get something done, but Echo Fox have done a wonderful job stopping this.
Nade, smoke. Now it's time for Roka to spam through, and he gets the kill onto Android. Double kill there.
And a triple. Wow.
I mean, you only have one guy, right? Dropping down, really no double for the support on that trade. Now Surreal's the last man standing. So yeah, they had to keep a few guys alive for Echo Fox. They kept 4 guys alive in the end.
And they also get pick up the op as well. They managed to get close enough to it as Sean Harris. Shazam going to be able to get both ops in their hands for free. Shazam did have enough money to drop Sean Garrett and op and buy himself another one. But regardless, a free op is a free op. While Complexity left looking a little dazed and confused, is not too sure what they would like to do. Just going to go for some pistols here. As their economy a little bit mixed, as it is 6-2. And they are going to be playing this interesting A setup, as I mentioned previously. They love putting 2 towards Catwalk. And now Complexity, there's so many places where Echo Fox have been showing their hand, and then they give it up, they show their hand again, and it's forcing Complexity to be extremely paranoid and having to use so much utility early on in the rounds.
Now 126 on the clock. Bomb is going to get dropped here inside B tunnels, so they are going to try to get and lurk around towards this mid side for the terrorist team. They don't really have any smokes or flashes or nades, so they're just going to try to body peek out and pitch into B if they can. They do catch one with Uber onto the elevator side, onto Cat rather. But it's straight out, a 1D coming in from Uber at the car side onto Shazam. So this is Rix out in the open and caught But he does have some support from Sean Garris. Bomb is going to try to make it up, but he's stuck behind the Xbox now. This is going to be it. Bomb is now down. That sucks. I mean, Uber did a great job for opening things up. Now there's 47 seconds left on the clock. This could be a call for him to try to save his weapon.
Yeah, he's going to try to do so, getting himself into long cage. He's going to be trying to be a little sneaky here. Roka's going to be playing Sean Garris, and he's going to be going with the Deagle. Roka going to be missing, which is uncharacteristic of Roka, especially at that distance. But going to be closing it out regardless. Pause comes out, so Complexity. Big brother Warden is going to have a word with his young boys, as we saw this against Rogue, where they lost 7 straight rounds. Pause came out. They won 8 in response. So it's I'm interested to see. I wish we could get Warden mic'd. I really want to know what he's saying to these boys to make them just click and turn it around just like that.
Well, let's look at it. We could maybe try to read his lips. He says,
the beard's not moving.
Nothing. It's really Def that's trying to lead it up. I mean, again, Warden is really that support morale player, kind of like Jason Lake before, having the back and forth. The only thing that's missing right now for Warden is to actually wear that red tie and start screaming after every round. But indeed, I mean, they're pretty much getting shut down on their executions towards this mid side. That last round, Uber did the best he could to try to open things up and then try to bring the bomb back towards him. But I don't know if they should have pushed out towards that mid doors right after when they actually got that first kill onto Shazam towards that playmaker.
Yeah, now I don't think they're going to have enough funds to purchase in this round. Is Complexity? It's going to be interesting. We did leave them on a eco round, so yeah, they will be able to purchase into this round.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
They both have enough money. I think before we actually went into the pause, we had like an 8 to 10K mark for Echo Fox into this round. For Uber and company of Complexity, I think they were about the 4,000 or 5,000 mark, right? So they're going to have that buy. That tactical pause was to try to figure out what they want to do with this gun round. They lose this one here. They get the bonus money. What else could they pull out of on that second round?
Yeah, double op still in play for Echo Fox. Complexity, not enough funds to get one on Surreal. But, you know, this map, he's been quiet so far with it. Unable to find any opening frags. It's pretty much been all Uber and Android to open up this map. Depth as well has come up huge for some opening frags. But Surreal kind of MIA right now.
Well, how many times have Complexity really tried to go inside that A-bomb site to get a plant?
Not many times.
Yeah.
They haven't gotten close.
So everything else is pretty much getting shut down in terms of like smoking inside the B tunnels and stuff like that. You want to try to utilize an op on the P side, try to work towards that A ramp, but it doesn't pay off. Few of them fall. Surreal's the last man standing.
Already.
He gets one kill blinded. Sean Garris comes out, ends it there.
Yeah, now Complexity not looking too hot. Down 8-2. And their economy is once again broken. Echo Fox looking to press the issue as they continue to grow their own economy. And not losing 2 members there as well is going to allow Echo Fox to feel even more comfortable in this half. And the answer from Complexity is not yet shown. That pause didn't really help them in that round. But now you're going to see it looks like a quick B play, and this worked for them previously as well.
Only with pistols, Incendiary Grenade is going to prevent them from doing anything further than that, but now they're going to be well positioned just to get mowed down here by Roka.
Playing close left. Def is actually going to shut him down. Roka, little slow on the trigger, but Sean Garris actually uncharacteristic. Going to miss a shot from window. Seems like an easy one. Sean Garris, so he's going to be able to nade Surreal. And these frags is just a big skirmish. 3v3 now. Sean Garris, Freak is just doing all the heavy lifting as he probably does in real life as well.
Oh yeah, again with the P90, sweeping up the kills. Def the last man standing. 110 on the clock, but it's a 2 versus 1, so it could still be winnable. Oh, he does get the spray through the smoke. Now it's a 1v1. He looks back up on the platform, but didn't know that Rick's already made it inside the site. Comes in for that 1 versus 1 clutch for Ronnie, and it's now going to be a 9-2 for Echo Fox. And again, you see they have that bonus money. They have the economy to build up. What can you build up on top of that? What was been talked about by Def in that pause to think about the next 2 rounds and in the half?
Yeah, and I think the answer for Complexity here is they have to stop getting open up on. They're on the T side. They're the ones who desperately need these opening frags. But Echo Fox are able to just trade more effectively, and they always get the first kill. And now Surreal needs to be the man to find Roka. He's been a pain in their side so far. Last round gets shut down. But the B site has been typically unlocked since then. And that smoke is just going to delay any kind of push and pick coming up for Complexity. But now Echo Fox falling back into this default. One player towards long, 2 A, 1 mid. A typical setup coming up from Echo Fox. And these dual ops, extremely scary right now.
And you see that patience there from Roka, right? I mean, he never really wanted to go back for that peek towards that tunnel in case that there was going to be an AWP in the hands of Surreal. So he throws that smoke, runs down that timer. He's really doing it down and make Complexity act on an all-out push to try to get a bomb plant in the end. Because really, when you look at this minimap, nobody's looking for any type of lurk kills or anything like that. Def is just playing the walk at the mid side to catch rotation. So you could pretty much expect Complexity to try to go for a B take. And they posted Sean Garris on the other end instead of Roka. An op battle, and it's going to be Sean Garris that wins it. He's going to call for the rotation. Nice long range release from Uber. Roka is still inside the site, though. He's going to jump on top in the back of the site. Gets the first kill onto Uber. Ape is going to pick up the op. Misses it there. Trying to flush him out at least with the molly, but it's going to get killed by Android. 23. 3 versus 3 situation. 27 seconds left on the clock. We'll get the bomb plant.
Yeah, and this is going to be a double flank. Ape's going to be able to find one. Freakazoid not showing his hand yet, but Ape's holding for perfectly timing. But he will spot him out. Nice shot from Def on a Shazam, and Complexity able to get themselves in the B bomb site. I felt like Echo Fox really kind of just peaked that one-on-one.
Yep. That's for sure. I mean, you had one coming on his own from that tunnels. You had one coming from lower B, and this is Freakazoid still alive right now. But as soon as they still had the utility for Complexity to throw that smoke inside the tunnels, he's just going to decide to fall back and save his weapon.
Interesting save position, too. Typically, you clear to the right behind those boxes. You never typically see someone behind the scaffolding and light post there. So this might be able to catch a player off guard, but it looks like Complexity playing it smart. They know their money's in a poor spot and just exiting together.
Yeah, you want to try to keep as many guns as you can alive. Probably on this round here, it was the low buy. They wanted to make sure they were going to be able to drop the AK-47 from Def. There you go. See, Uber only had $3,300, so Ape's going to give it to him.
And it's critical, too, because I feel like Uber's the man who defined the opening frags that you saw. They got open up on again, but finally they can find one return frag without losing 2 to 1. And that's going to be Uber to find that opening frag in the last round. Now Surreal back with op in his hands. And it's at a point where it's mission critical. Surreal has to turn up now. And look at this. Pix actually gets aggressive, and so does the rest of Echo Fox. So Android, at least getting one there, he's got to be happy. And there's a peek from Shazam from Catwalk, and there's that Catwalk pressure out of nowhere again.
And that's the thing is, they saw that pressure coming out from upper B and lower B. They get a trade out towards lower B, but whoever just died decided to go, oh, well, I'm going to go out and support towards lower B and try to get a refrag. But they posted a one up on that Catwalk. Great job there by Echo Fox to just pressure that towards that mid side and close that in.
Yeah, and Shazam to sight, tons of support now for CT as well as Catwalk. They're continuing this push forward. Ape's going to be the man to lead charge. Shut down by Shazam. Can he get another? He can. Shazam on point from sight. Surreal unable to connect to him, and there's Roka from CT. And
oh, he went from the flank.
Oh, did he come from the flank?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Regardless, though, now Echo Fox just looking strong. Their economy, you know, it's dwindled a little bit, but that's because they love this double op setup, especially on their map, just like D2.
Oh yeah, it's a heavy investment. 47.50 for the op. You only get $100 per kill. Shazam got 2 kills, and that only added $200 to the bank for him. So he doesn't really have that much to drop for his teammates. At least Sean Garris does, and had the full gun round coming in. And again, you said it. It's a low buy towards the end. Complexity at this point. They win this round here. Echo Fox is going to be on a force buy, on a very low force buy, moving into the last round of the first half. But that being said, though, overall it's been a heavy CT-sided map for Echo Fox.
This is interesting positioning also by Roka there. You saw he was like looking to bottom left to see if a flash was going to come over his shoulder, because I feel like if he did have his crosshair more to the right like he showed us previously, he would eat a flash. So Roka showing us his mechanics here, and he's going to take the challenge towards Android. And it's interesting that the op is in Android's hands. I think you mentioned that, but it's interesting to see this.
And now at the same time, too, he was able to get a leg shot onto Freakazoid, I think, when he was crossing over towards that mid side. So Freakazoid's already at 11 HP. Well, this is a good start so far for Complexity, but with this op, with the AK, maybe Android also had it because he had the better spawn towards mid, but they don't have pistols for the rest. They catch one with a nade in his hand, in his hands, and that's 8, but quickly op down by Android. So an early 4-on-4 situation. You still have Roka that's solo. He does get the first spray. They're just going to try to run out and get the kill. And it's traded out. Why do you run out with things in your hand?
Yeah, I don't know what Def was thinking. They're not ready for another player to be towards CT now. They leave it all on Uber. Roka getting 2 there, just locking down mid. Shazam with a pistol going to shut down Uber. And this is just a breakdown for Complexity.
Yeah, I was going to say Def actually got caught with a nade in his hand. I know I said why, but he already got that first kill onto Roka, right? They expected nobody else to be right behind Roka. It was just a simple timing that when actually Roka fell and Def ran through, then his opponent already came and rotated out from CT spawn, and then surprise, you get picked off. Yeah, it's just bad things there. You couldn't anticipate it.
No, he's going to get full blind. Freakazoid, though, is going to be standing up for his man, and he only gets one and traded out, so good trade for Complexity man advantage now. We haven't seen them with a man advantage in quite some time, and it's going to be interesting to see how they work with this. But double ops for Echofox still in play, and I don't know if Complexity really has any utility or even really any rifles to deal with this.
So now they're going to start to fall back here. Meanwhile, for Echofox, they still have that double op set up. A big flank coming in from Roka, though, all once again. And he's coming from T-spawn. Now at this point, they're cornered. They don't have that information to know if Complexity actually are going for a split towards A from Catwalk as well. But it starts it off. Shazam already spots the three of them, so Roka's not going to be on that big flank. This is going to be huge for him.
Shazam, he just got 3 from the site, and it's hard, extremely hard, especially pushing long to site. You have really no choice but everyone peek at once, but I felt like they just gave Shazam so many opportunities to keep re-peeking and re-peeking, and I guess that's because the buy wasn't quite there and the utility wasn't there either.
He's a god at that spot,
yeah,
man.
it's hard to clear that.
I forgot which round it was, but towards the mid side of the first half, he did the same thing before. You know, peeking back out, one tap, peeking back out, one kill. And that was when they were trying to cross towards long again, and I mean, maybe they had to flush him out with a flash or something like that, but it's too little too late. You already ended the half right now. It's 12-3 in favor of Echofox. And Complexity has to muster something up here on the CT side. Like we said, I mean, we called usually that it's a T-sided map, but you could have those CT-sided teams that just look too strong. And this is one example of it.
Yeah, it really is. And I hope Def is talking to his squad, trying to calm them back down, saying, all right, boys, new half. Let's win this pistol. Let's get it off to a good start. This is still extremely doable for us. And again, it goes without saying, as previously mentioned in the previous game, pistol round, especially when you're at this extremely high score line for Echofox, second pistol is a must-win.
No, for sure. I mean, again, it's the obvious thing, as similar to the first map where it was that same scoreline, right?
Yep.
Actually, it was 13-2, and it just had to win. The pistol give a chance here for Echofox. At this point, 12-3. You could even say that in Complexity shoes, it's like, all right, well, let's just think about the next map again. And if it actually goes to that third map, it's going to be on Mirage.
Android, nice shot though, but will get traded out immediately. A nice shot coming up from Shazam, and here comes the push now. And look at this, right? Any reason to really peek that from Rix actually at all?
Just for some information, but he actually went to bring out the fight after. I don't think he should have. I mean, you already have a 2-minute advantage going through. The retakes coming in from that window side. They're all dropping inside the window, and somehow nothing's connecting from the T side.
Yeah, and just
oh my God!
Wow, Uber, a beast pistol player, and he just closes that out. And you're right, that was a really awkward retake. I think 3 players flooded out from window. One dropped on the bomb side, 2 back. And you think this teaser be like, oh, they're all back site. Let's just swarm them with our Glocks. But no, they try to take these long-range duels and favors Complexity completely. And this might be the start to something, man. And I don't want to, hype it up, but it's a long way off. It's going to be a massive uphill battle, and just wait until Echofox get ops in their hands. But it's a start. It's a clean slate. Let's put it that way.
I still have to give credit for Rix, though. I mean, he did get picked off instantly towards that window side, but he tried to go for basically a jiggle peek to see to try to catch some information, right? He saw 2 guys moving up towards that ramp, and then suddenly his head was peeking out just a little bit too much instead of going for that jiggle peek. And then he paid the price. He was able to give that information for Echofox to know where they were coming from, but somehow Complexity was just so much stronger, just dropping inside the window to get those kills.
Yeah, now we're sitting at a 12-4 scoreline. Roka is going to be getting dropped immediately from Uber, just outside those long doors. Now Freakazoid's going to be filling his shoes, trying to enter here towards outside long. Bomb working up Catwalk, and here comes Shazam and Sean Garris pushing onto the site. Now are they going to be ready for Surreal? Gets 1, can he get 2? And he will get 3. Surreal. Beautiful play from him. locking that down with the UMP now. Freak, not much he can do.
Oh, Freak was hoping to pick up that M4 while he was driving by with that Tech 9. He looks back towards that floor, sees that gun there. Huge sad face, I'm pretty sure, that he displayed. But at least he runs back, gets the Tech 9 kill onto Android, and it's back on a 3 versus 1. But the crossfire is finally set up here for Complexity, and to get the second round in. But to the cost of 2 players falling down, at least they salvaged that M4 that was bought by Uber.
Yeah, but that's still pricey, especially considering those Antigo and Echo Fox are going to be buying into this round. So they still have a ton of utility to work with. But Echo Fox, Sean Garris, and this is an interesting decision. I feel like this is an IGL kind of like stance of, all right, I'm going to be calling it, you know, as he is in IGL. Give my boys the rifles. I'm going to command and tell them what to do. And Freak is always one of these guys that you tell him to jump, he'll jump. And just like that, they enter outside long.
They drop Uber to start. But at least Uber is able to say that there's 3 guys, maybe 4. No bomb, though, so that's why you don't really see a full rotation coming through. Android's going to hold it back towards B still. You're going to boost up on Cat to try to get some information. Horoka's going to hear that from a mile away. But he does connect with the op at least.
Beautiful shot from Surreal. And now, Def needs some help towards site. He's all alone. They haven't even tried to come to site yet. This might be huge. Def finds one. Well, can he find Surreal Android? And this is just a slaughter from Complexity. And they're getting loud now. And this might just be what they need to get in the heads of Echo Fox.
Haven't heard that in a while, right? Boy, they've been so strong, so loud on that first map. This time here, they were shut down in terms of like not being able to execute anything on the T side. But now it comes back to that CT side when you don't have to execute that much, when you're just gonna have to play like basic spots and bring it to the firepower. They do have that.
And we saw this on Cash as well. Extremely strong CT side. Android going absolutely off towards the B bomb site. And now Uber back towards his long cage. Gonna be trying to find Roka once again. This time not gonna be giving it to him as of yet. Roka is just going to get out of dodge. And Surreal already finding a pick towards Rix. And Complexity, they love this CT side, and they're going to be starting to show it in a strong start from them.
Uber, look at that.
Oh, wow.
1 tap. They talk about my Uber taps. He doesn't speak like that, guys.
Maybe.
He's Canadian. They speak about my Uber taps, eh?
Something like that.
But just like that, safe round. Nothing more he could add here for Echo Fox. They only had pistols. And it was just great by Uber to get that information, drop the bomb. They knew it was concentrated towards this mid side for the terrorist team. So interesting enough that they went for the frags though, but hey, it pays off for them.
Now Surreal continuing on with this op. Shazam will finally have enough funds now in this half to purchase himself one and see if it is going to pay off, as he was going for any picks while anyone was crossing mid. No luck in that sense. But he is allowed to set up now towards Catwalk, see if anyone from Complexity is going to get aggressive. But this is an interesting setup from Complexity. A typical 2-1-2 setup. 1 in CT. There were 2 towards long at the beginning of the round just to gain control of it, and they're going to leave. I believe that is going to be Uber there towards long.
Yeah, trying to get control of this cat side for Echo Fox. They do have Roka, who was posted up at long to start, but about to go meet up with his teammates. Meanwhile, though, as you said, Uber is fully pushed up. He could be set up for a big flank, but now as they're fully committed inside A and they're flashing in, and it's also Surreal looking for some backup, they're going to have to play the retake. They're giving up the site. They're waiting for their teammates to rotate, and it's going to be a full 5-man retake. This is going to be a bloodbath right now on that retake.
It really is. 5v5. Bomb gets planted. Def heard a player jump down. That would be Freakazoid. Freak, what a shot. That must have been on Surreal op.
Yeah.
And now Uber.
That's a drive by AK.
Huge. That's insane. And Uber has to come up huge. Freakazoid gets himself into the cubby there towards Car. He's going to upgrade to an op and try to make this retake happen. I don't think, if Uber doesn't get a kill in the next few seconds, I don't see them committing to this. But there's Ape to find Sean Garris. This might just change their mind as they're continuing to push forward. Freak going to find Def. Uber going to find him, but not before Roka just decimates their team. And there's Shazam to find that. And that's just Complexity getting picked apart. And the retake, it was working in full swing.
It's so hard.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you're posted, you're already that playmaker, you have a guy inside the site, you have utilities to work with to counter as well, and you have people freaking alive like Roka and Shazam.
Scary guys to go against, especially in aim duels.
I mean, how do you respond to a drive-by AK headshot from the crossover to pit? When you're stapled there with an op, knowing they're crossing out in the open, your dome's only sticking out.
Tilda disconnect, maybe? I don't know.
6 shot, though, for free. 13-7 for Echo Fox. Uber's still playing this aggressively towards that long side. you do have Echo Fox spawning so far a weakness now towards this catwalk. So they're going to try to attempt it again using Freakazoid to try to get an entry, but it was a bad flash there from Rix to give him a chance to peek in there.
Yeah, Freakazoid shaking his head, not liking that flash, deciding not to chase that. Puts himself back towards Xbox. Going to be throwing his own flash. He only trusts himself. Minute 5 on the clock. Echo Fox don't have too much map presence currently, as they are just coming out of lower B tunnels. Finally going to be showing their hands towards catwalk. The complexity are set up kind of ready for this cat push. You can see there's a player towards ramp. Def back to this box position, and he's going to be the ears to this team right now.
Well, it's going back and forth, and this is it. Like, I mean, the element of surprise where they're not actually doing anything for Echo Fox either, it keeps complexity guessing. At least what they could focus on is this mid side more, because Uber once again is pushed all the way up. So that's some information there. But like that, they're rotating out.
Wow, Shazam's good fun ape. They did just rotate out of the site, and Android tried to come back in. That's Roka to shut him down. I don't know if that's miscommunication, possibly a mid-push call coming in as they look to get it outside of the B-bomb site. And now it's a retake situation when it didn't have to be.
But that's the thing, right? I mean, Uber pushed all the way up towards long. He could hear all that information if anybody was coming back from that mid from the T side. You already have one guy at mid. You have also the opposite rail playing at playmakers. You already have two guys pretty much watching that mid side with Depth and Surreal together. I don't know why you would want to rotate Android out to go for 3 men try to hold towards mid. You know, so nothing was really executed yet besides for one player that forces to rotate out and Android gets caught out in the open inside B.
Yeah, as you mentioned, he tried to go back into the site after they realized their mistake, and he just gets absolutely dropped by Roka. And Echo Fox getting up to 14, and Op's going to get saved as well as an M4. So this is going to be an interesting decision as Echo Fox continuing on with his double op. And
because I just lolled. I wonder if he just died from the bomb or so. I don't know what happened.
Did he? Oh no.
I don't know. Was he still alive in that round? I just got a brain fart.
He was.
So.
It looks like he actually rebought. So.
Yeah, he has for sure. But I mean, how does that happen? And it was actually, I guess, Rix that that dropped that AK for him. But Surreal looking to take control of long. So they're trying to change the setup a little bit here for the CT side. Another thing that you see is trying to focus more towards that mid, bring that catwalk, having a guy playing at a default turtle box side, bringing the op forward, but the wide peek not needed there for Uber.
Yeah, I guess he was just trying to peek for some information, but he knows
Not
they have
needed.
this double op setup, and he just dies instantly. But I do like to switch up from complexity. Instead of throwing Uber towards long, they have an op of Surreal there. Doesn't pay off at the end. Sam is going to get tagged down from the scout, I believe, of... Jeez.
Yeah, that's interesting, right? You have an op, 2 scouts, 2 hops on the T side.
Wow.
Yeah, he nullifies one of these scouts that were purchased. And if you're looking at it, Sean Garris this whole time has been inside T-spawn.
Just posted up, really, and Surreal did fall off towards long, so Freakazoid free reign here, but they will clear that door corner.
Not too sure of the thought of 2 scouts and an op.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen a pistol if you are going to have the tag machine and a pistol to close it out, but it's going to make us bite a little bit of our words. He will be able to find Roka. The opposite rail not connecting yet. He's going to spot Freakazoid close ramp. Free. Nice peek out coming from him. Drops Surreal, and now Depth and Ape. And a 2v3 retake. 25 seconds on the clock. Bomb just going to get planted. And this is, again, one of these hard A-site retakes, especially with the opposite Sean Garrett still alive.
And you saw from the minimap there, Ape was still waiting at B tunnels. I think he was trying to save or something like that, but Def got the immediate kill, so they're just going to try to go for it. Def is moving up on that playmaker, gives his position away down to 49 HP. Ape is going to meet up with him. They only have a kit to work with. Actually, he picked up a molly, salvaged it, but that's it. He gets a nice headshot at least onto Freakazoid. One guy playing towards quad, he has no idea that Sean Garris is there. So it's really pretty much fine for him. Oh, actually, he's just spraying across, and he's getting hunted by Rix. He does save that kill. But then Sean Garris stops it.
That got scary. Regardless, I don't think he had time even if he did end up killing Sean Garrett. And I guess that's Echo Fox saying, all right, we got economy. Let's not let him get out of here with this AK.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll shut him down. But now complexity. Backs to the wall. Echo Fox on match point. And this is what I call a kitchen sink buy. This is under the kitchen sink. You imagine it. They bought it. And double
cans
scout.
of beans.
Anything.
Pre-cooked bacon.
The sponge.
Anything you have. And that's it. A sponge. It's light damage that they have, right?
Yeah.
2 scouts, pistols, a mag 7. Looking at it so far, you already have 3 guys under 20, or 2 guys under 20 HP. Uber at 34. Guys, we're going to see a third map.
Yeah, this is definitely over. It's in the bag. And the third map is
Mirage.
it is going to be Mirage. And it's a map where we haven't really seen complexity too often. Echo Fox, I feel they have a very strong map pool, so it's going to be interesting to see them on an extremely execute-heavy map like Mirage. And again, another map that revolves around mid control. And I'm excited to see as complexity. I hope this doesn't just deter them and they just turn off internally.
Well, they know that they've put up a good fight here for Cash. It's winnable for them still. Yeah, we haven't seen much of coL towards that Mirage map. It'll be interesting to figure out how that weighs out. But closing into this round, we have 47 seconds left. They are going to try to slowly execute inside B. One guy's inside the CT spawn, and that's going to be Surreal. They're going to have to come up big. Android's going to have to come up huge right now. He doesn't have any armor, only that scout. So he's going to have to just land a headshot. If not, can get aim punch and cancel it there. But they're smoking the cross. He's fully blinded. Will be forced to fall back towards the A ramp as Echo Fox are pushing through.
And this is when Echo Fox is, let's lower the time down and push really late. And it's almost didn't pay off there, but they were able to get to the site. That's Android down, and now a 4v4 retake situation for Complexity and their health.
Yeah, I mean, two of them are stocked
right.
inside CT spawn, right? They only have one flash and an incendiary grenade to work with to try to retake. Flash is being used. They're pushing out to take control of this elevator side. Nothing more than that.
Wow, and look at this. They're doing it actually with pistols, and Uber gonna find another one. And Shazam, last remaining member from Echo Fox towards Catwalk. It is planted for him. Uber does have a smoke though, so this can get hairy, but he doesn't throw on the bomb. He throws on Catwalk.
There's no kit.
Yeah,
so.
no kit, and Shazam hitting it with a nice shot there at the end. So Echo Fox have done it. They have one, Dust two, and we're off to Mirage. And that's a good reset. They probably went somewhere, had a little talk. Sean Garris calmed him down, said, man, don't worry about it. It's just coL. You know, that map never happened. And
yeah.
they moved on to D2, and now we're going to be off to Mirage. And I like the coL guys. They had a chance here in this map, but it just came down to those ops, and just the CT side was way strong.